Buckle up and join us as we delve into the story of the PT Cruiser, the not-so-beloved Chrysler creation. Today we're here to uncover why this unique-looking vehicle has gained a notorious reputation as one of the worst cars ever made. In the late 1990s, the Chrysler Corporation was looking to revitalize its lineup and introduce a vehicle that would stand out from the crowd. The PT Cruiser began from the idea to create a wagon version of the popular Neon. They were looking for something that was similar in size and shape to the Eagle Summit, thinking that more exciting styling would help boost sales. During this era, many automakers were experimenting with retro-styled cars. Inspired by the buzz around retro-looking vehicles like the Plymouth Prowler and Volkswagen Beetle, Chrysler decided to mimic the styling of cars from the 1930s, and the concept of the PT Cruiser was born. Many other car makers also experimented with retro-styled vehicles during this time period too, with other examples including the Ford Thunderbird, Mini Cooper, Toyota FJ Cruiser, and Chevy SSR. The PT Cruiser was originally intended for the Plymouth brand, but with Plymouth's demise imminent, it moved over to Chrysler. Designed by Brian Nesbitt, the car went through several iterations, including the 1997 Plymouth Pronto concept, before making its debut at the 1999 Detroit Auto Show.
It is with great pride that we introduce to you the 2001 Chrysler PT Cruiser.
Nesbitt would go on to design the similarly retro Chevy HHR. Early models were reported to be quite underpowered, only offering a 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine with 150 horsepower. Though starting in 2003, various turbocharged engines were available on higher trim levels. Despite the lack of power, fuel economy wasn't great, with the car getting about 18 miles per gallon city. However, initial sales were strong. Demand was so high that many dealers even sold them for above MSRP. While this is unfortunately a commonplace practice now, it was unheard of back then. Older car buyers especially liked the car's high seating position. So you may be wondering why the PT Cruiser was more despised than similar mediocre hatchbacks. Well, the reason is primarily the styling. These cars were hard to ignore on the road. To further make them stand out, a seemingly never-ending supply of special editions was offered. This started in 2002 with the Woody and Flame packages and continued with the Dream Cruiser, Walter P. Chrysler Signature Series, Route 66 Edition, Pacific Coast Highway Edition, Sunset Boulevard Edition, and Couture Edition. A convertible variant based on the Plymouth Pronto Spider concept was also offered from 2005 to 2008. That said, looks are subjective and many buyers did love its appearance, which contributed to its popularity. Unfortunately, those that did buy the car were met with a cheap interior, low build quality, and reliability problems, the latter being the primary reason for the car's negative perception today. It's hard to like the looks of a car that spends so much time being repaired. Engine and transmission issues were the main cause of the problems, with reports that the car may even shut off entirely at highway speeds. Waning sales in the late 2000s among an increasingly SUV-dominant market led to Chrysler axing the PT Cruiser. When all was said and done, the PT Cruiser still sold 1.3 million cars worldwide. So is the PT Cruiser the worst Chrysler of all time? It's tough to say since it exhibits such a love it or hate it appeal. In fact, it was actually named one of Car and Driver's 10 best cars of the year 2001, but they later retracted that claim in a 2018 article. Other contenders for Chrysler's worst car might include the Chrysler Aspen, which was a lazy rebadge of the Dodge Durango. The Chrysler Airflow, an attempt to create the most aerodynamic car of all time, or the Chrysler TC by Maserati, a rebadged LeBaron with Maserati pricing and Italian car reliability. So there you have it, the PT Cruiser, a car that tried to capture the essence of the past but fell short in delivering a satisfying driving experience. Its underwhelming performance, questionable build quality, and limited practicality make it a prime example of why it has been widely regarded as one of the worst cars ever made by Chrysler. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the PT Cruiser's troubled past. Be sure to subscribe for more stories from the world of automobiles, where we explore the good, the bad, and the truly unforgettable.